to the Lost and Talks podcast, the most lit podcast, episode number 51. How's it going, everybody? How's it going?
You go first, Kevin.
Chilling.
Same.
How was your? We're on Hump Day. How was your week so far? I knew he was gonna give me a dirty look, and that's why I said it.
Pause.
That's why I knew he was gonna say it. He was gonna do that.
Hump day, yo.
I knew he was. I like confrontation sometimes.
Anyways, today was alright, yo. It's a chill day.
Yeah.
What happened today?
We're figuring out shit.
Yeah, just figuring out stuff. Money.
We got a trip coming up.
Trip possibly.
Possibly.
We don't got the deposit yet, but we might have a trip.
It's not like
We might have to get some COVID tests done.
it's not greenlit. Yeah. We might have to go to an airport and get a COVID test. And I think, like, of all the things, that's the one thing I'm almost worried about is the COVID test.
Yeah, I heard it's shit.
Yeah.
Like, I know a couple people who got it done, and I mean they're cool, like they're good.
Yeah, I know.
It wasn't like the worst experience in the world, but I don't know.
I just don't want shit being shoved up into my brain. Like that's it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's painful. It's just like really awkward and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But at least it's quick. It's like a flu shot. A little worse than a flu shot, but quick, like a flu shot.
10 seconds.
You feel me? Yeah.
10 seconds of your time, but it's
Yeah.
excruciating.
For some reason, there's
horrible.
something about like a needle going in. I know there are people who are afraid of needles, but I have no problem with like a needle going into my arm, but like a thing going up your nose.
Up in my nose.
touching your brain.
Yeah, touching the brain in the back of my eyeball and shit.
Yeah.
Like, that
Yeah,
can
you
go
see
wrong.
that shit like coming out there and then it comes, like, nah.
Poking it out the corner of your eye.
Yeah.
Probably fucking disgusting. But yeah, I'm just not looking forward to that. But I am excited. Hopefully we get that deposit. You know, man's getting flown out and everything, stay covered, everything, and being paid. So
I think it's a nice change of pace, like when you're able to work outside of where you live. It's just a really cool feeling. It's really inspiring.
Yeah.
When you're doing it. So I'm super excited for that. Mm-hmm. For sure.
Again, hopefully that deposit comes through, so we could just be like, okay, this is happening.
Yeah.
So
The thing about trips, I think for us as artists, we always, even if it's just a vacation, there's always something that you want to, like, I know now every time I go on a trip, I'm like, all right, I can't do much except maybe like write a couple ideas down or whatever. So like I try to just experience, because that's kind of the combination that you have to do as artists, is you have to like actually live your life, and then you have to, give it back into whatever mediums you work with and stuff.
Exactly.
So it's like when you get to do a work trip and you have that combination of like having the experience and being able to like put that into the work right away too.
Yeah.
That's why like those trips always seem fun, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, like even when we did that trip to Ottawa, like
That was one of my favorite
a year
trips.
ago. Yeah, like and it was like a boring corporate video. It was nothing crazy that we were shooting.
Yeah.
Not that creative or anything. But just like and it was even Ottawa in the winter. Like that's not even
Even
Yeah,
just
sick.
the feeling of
Like, that's-
getting paid for your work too.
Getting
That's
paid
something
for your
that
work?
we
Yeah.
rarely get to experience, like where it's like, oh, I'm actually getting paid more than, not more, but like I'm actually getting paid something.
Something,
I'm
yeah.
not getting paid less than minimum for to do what I want to
Exactly,
do.
like, yeah.
Which is what happens if you were to get paid on basically any film set or any kind of work
Yeah.
at this level as artists. You're not getting
It's
what you're supposed to be getting.
such a
paid.
sick feeling, and when it's happening, like I almost do better. Like I work harder and I'm more inspired to make this project that much better.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it just gives me that little extra push to kind of make something great because I'm getting paid and because I'm kind of achieving what I want to achieve.
And you're in a new
So,
in a new place.
environment,
And a new environment. A new environment opens up new ideas, and it opens up just more. It's more. I don't know. It just increases my work ethic, and it's really good.
Yeah, man. I'm hyped. So
Yeah.
again, hopefully that deposit comes through.
Yeah.
Lock that in. We're blessed. And then I'm happy. But yeah, what else happened today? Nothing else really happened today. I'm just annoyed with man. I'm waiting on emails. I'm supposed to be getting shit from people. People aren't emailing me back, yo. But other than that, such is life,
Yeah.
Such is life. You can only. All I can do is send out the email.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's all you can do. You can send out the email. You can send up a follow up to the email like a week later.
Yeah.
They don't respond, and they don't respond.
Exactly.
And that's just how it works, and that's how emails work, especially cold ones. So.
Exactly. What was I gonna say? We didn't get to talk about it because again, the day we have our podcast on, but Raptors
Yeah.
Lost.
Yep.
How do we feel about that?
First off, were you guys anywhere special when you were watching it?
Special.
I was just wondering.
Where was I? I was at my house.
Okay.
I was in Montreal at that time.
Okay. I was at a Joey's.
At Joey's.
At Joey's, wasting my money on a game that we took an L from.
How was that experience though? Like I haven't watched sports in a bar or like a restaurant in a while.
So first of all, like, okay, so Joey's wasn't the first place I went to. All the bars are still not full, but they are
At their
full
capacity,
at
yeah.
the COVID
Yeah.
capacity, which
Yeah.
is like half full.
Yeah.
So, and I tried like 3 different places before finally going to Joey's, and I wasn't even in the bar or out in the fucking restaurant. I was in the patio, and it was cold. So it's like, yeah, it was a cold night because it's September now. It was like 12 degrees.
Yeah.
And I was on a patio.
Yeah.
So, and I watched it through a window.
Did they have the sound at least?
No.
Jeez.
So I watched the game mute through a window. So yeah, my experience wasn't that good.
That's
You were
crazy.
getting finessed. Though.
I was getting finessed. The food was good though. We got we got a free bottle of glass of champagne, I should say. So it wasn't too bad. That's because our food was taking forever for a fucking bar that's half capacity. It was taking fucking forever. I don't know what's going on. I guess they have half staff too.
That's disappointing.
something.
Those guys were watching the Raptors game.
Yeah, clearly they weren't
exactly.
playing.
Yeah,
They weren't.
exactly.
They weren't
Yeah.
fucking cooking the food or something.
Exactly.
That's probably what was happening.
Yeah, yo, Raptors lost. Disappointed,
It was a disappointing game for sure.
but
When I woke up the next day and I saw on the Twitter thing about like how a bunch of fans were, shouting out the Raptors for a season well done, I was like, you know what? Yeah, they had a good season.
Yeah,
I can't complain about what happened and like you can't be getting at Siakam. Like I already felt bad the next day about getting at Siakam so hard. So
but Siakam was shit. But
oh yeah, of course.
he owned up to it, which is
Yeah,
he said his little part about it, and he knew he was shit. So
Dude, Twitter was roasting Siakam. I was
can,
too.
To be fair, I
was
think
easy to blame him.
he's probably gonna not be the main story taken out of the playoffs now with
Definitely
the Clippers
not.
losing
I
last
was just
night.
about to say.
Like Paul George and Kawhi Leonard having terrible nights, losing a 3-1 lead. Siakam's not going to be the main story. Not that that's like helpful to him, but like
Yeah.
he obviously still needs to get better in terms of like his role as the leader in the playoffs and stuff.
Yeah.
But Clippers, I don't know what the fuck. Yeah,
You know what's funny? It's last week I asked you, what's more embarrassing?
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah,
If the Raptors lose or if the Bucks lose?
yeah.
And I didn't see the Clippers,
Clippers
losing.
losing, yeah, and
That's the
true.
top embarrassment.
The Bucks losing is probably that's already gone.
Yeah,
now.
that's already gone.
Yeah, but that is true. Like, what the fuck? They lost in 5 games. Like, at least, I mean, being up 3-1 and losing in 7 games is. I don't know if that's worse than losing straight up 4-1, but it is pretty fucking. It's pretty bad. Like,
I don't know. I think a sweep is worse. So like something closer to a sweep is worse. But at the same time, that comeback is nasty.
and
Like,
the thing too with
for a team to come
Milwaukee
back 3-1.
is Giannis wasn't in the last game, so they have that to lean on as well.
But at the same time, he wasn't playing good.
Exactly,
Anyways,
yeah.
You know.
They were down 3-0 while he was in playing games.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, losing 3 in a row to Denver, who just already
Did a 3-1
Yeah, did
on
the
the last
3-1.
team. That's crazy.
yeah,
That's amazing.
it is. Shout out Jamal Murray.
Yeah, Kitchener. Shouts out Kitchener.
Yeah,
No one's ever shout out Kitchener. No.
Yeah, no, it's just funny, Kawhi leaves and you get beat by a man from Kitchener.
yeah.
And it's just funny, man.
I mean, Kawhi would have never have known how that team would have performed in the playoffs. But
But this is the thing. It's the narrative that is created when you
know
go
what?
there.
When I saw when I saw Patrick Beverly talking you saw he
Yes.
tweeted to LeBron, or he tweeted to the Lakers or something like, you guys have no chance anymore, like
Yep.
when the season started.
And he also tweeted to Seth that he had 5 years. Now it's his time.
Yeah. So it's like when I saw that, like, I didn't like the Twitter, like the team's kind of personality as soon as they got their
Yeah,
guys.
exactly.
I liked the team last year. I liked the Clippers last year when they didn't have any stars and they were just like this kind of all these role playing guys. They had 2-mans, 3-mans. 2-mans who were like nominated for 6th man of the year. They had like just a deep team.
Yeah.
Gritty. Yeah, Patrick Beverly's a little annoying, but like he gets his shit done.
Once in a
but
while.
then, yeah, like back when
I don't like to give him too much credit, but
yeah, of course.
But yeah, I know what you mean. He does
Now
what he
and
has
then
to do.
as soon as they got Kawhi and Paul George, his mouth was
all of a sudden,
now he's like
getting a
he was
chip.
like an all-star. He turned into like a Draymond, you know what I
Yep,
mean? It's
exactly.
Draymond.
And it's just funny. It sucks, you know what I mean? It's like, man, like you're an adult,
Yeah.
and you don't notice that karma's a real thing. Hopping on the internet and getting fucked up in the playoffs is a real thing. You know what I mean? Like,
honestly, like my biggest fear as somebody who, you know, if I tweeted something, somebody would bring that up like 8 years later, would be tweeting something like that where
Exactly.
you can so easily get called out for something dumb like, yo, we're never gonna lose, blah blah blah. Like,
especially in sports, like
Yeah.
you don't really know what's gonna happen. And even though we all kind of thought it's gonna at least be a Lakers and Clippers
yeah.
conference final,
yeah,
it doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna be. Like, you still
Yeah.
have to play.
exactly.
You know what I mean? You still have to beat every other team to get there. You know?
And, you know, if people are going to complain about the Raptors championship win, you got to consider things like, yeah, people could get injured in the playoffs.
Yep.
And then just like that, a team like the Raptors can win.
Exactly.
So,
So that's just the reality of things. The one thing we do need to talk about definitely is I think we need to who do we rag on more? Is it Doc Rivers? Is it Kawhi Leonard, or is it Paul George?
yeah. I see, like, I wanted to, if I was like, okay, if the Clippers lose, I hope at least Kawhi has a good game. But if he doesn't, it's all of them. Like, yeah, it's everybody. It's obviously Paul George mainly. But, you know, because Kawhi didn't have as many bad games, but also he had a bad game 7. And
Yes,
like,
exactly.
when you think about the greats, like Jordan wouldn't have had a bad game 7. So
I don't even think LeBron would have.
probably not. Yeah.
And I want to do this for the sake of the LeBron fans and the lovers out there. If this was LeBron, this would be a travesty.
Yeah.
This would be, we wouldn't be watching the Jeffrey Epstein
See, that's why it's a good
thing.
Yeah.
We'd be watching shit about LeBron right now.
Yeah. See, that's a good point. That's why there probably should be a lot on Kawhi, because even though he's the quiet leader, you know, yeah, like that was his time to take over. If Paul George was being slack, if Scottie Pippen was being slack, if Kyrie Irving was being slack, if Dwayne Wade was being slack, those guys would have picked up.
That's
So
what I'm saying.
Kawhi had to pick
a
up.
lot of guys would have picked up.
And the fact, I mean, Jamal Murray had 40, and you're dropping what, like 12, 14 or something? Like,
And did he not score in the second half at all?
Yeah,
So-
like-
where he got like 1 point or
Yeah.
some shit like that.
Yeah.
And him and Paul George both combined for 24 points.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Kobe. But like that's crazy. That's just crazy, man. So definitely, I don't know. I feel like we need to keep talking about this, just so that Kawhi, Doc, and Paul George, and everybody even on that team definitely does feel the pressure. I think
everybody, Giannis needs to feel pressure.
Yes. Oh, this
Siakam needs to feel
and that's what I was going to say.
pressure,
This
yeah.
is definitely the biggest disappointment, but I don't want to overlook
Yeah.
Giannis
Yeah.
and Siakam and just even a little bit of the Raptors. Even though I don't really care about the Raptors again, because we're like, whatever, we want to fucking chip. Like, we
Yeah.
just want to chip last
Yeah,
year.
we're pretty satisfied.
You know what I mean? Like, that's all we really needed.
We're satisfied with
People
that.
said we'd never get that. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm cool. Like, I'm cool with laying the season down. I wish it didn't have to be to Boston.
Yeah.
I wish it could have been in the finals.
I just say it was
But
the bubble, yo.
It's cool.
Corona.
I don't like to say that because that's what man tried to say to us last year.
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
Like, that's what Kevin was just saying.
I guess.
People
And
tried
you know
to write
what's
us
gonna be
off last
annoying
year.
is it could be a Denver Miami finals.
Yeah.
And everyone would write it off right
Write
away.
it off.
Nobody would be watching it. People are like, oh, this is the dumbest.
Yeah.
But like, I
That-
think
that
this
would
is
be pretty
probably
dumb.
this is probably the best level of basketball that I've seen in playoff basketball, like consistent playoff basketball
Yeah.
in a while, because these guys aren't tired and there's no fans. You know, so it's a different game.
It's,
but-
it's definitely a different game. I feel like some people aren't happy with that as well. Because I've seen some people complain that, oh, fuck, like, you need fans there. But I'm just like, at the end of the day, man should be able to play ball anywhere and
Yeah.
win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, like I saw people saying, like, you know, if that game 7 was in Toronto, like, we would have won.
Yeah.
But
And
so
even
what?
though I agree, so
Yeah.
what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, so what? It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't. So what? You know?
And then you have to, like, if you break down that series, Boston beat us the first 2 games. So, like, would they have done that in Toronto? And then
Exactly.
we beat them the next 2 games. Would we have done that in Boston? So, like, you can't just say, oh, yeah, game 7, you know. No, like, the whole series would have been different. Everything would have been different. So,
I would like to say, though, can we point out just this is another step to LeBron cementing himself in history.
now it's much closer. Yeah, now it's much...
You
yeah.
know, if And
I mean, I think he has it now. I don't know, like how anybody else.
it's looking like it's gonna be a Lakers win. Cool.
Yeah.
If it's not, whatever.
That's crazy.
If it is, amazing.
If everyone was saying they're gonna get knocked out first
What
round,
does
bro.
now we need to have the conversation, Kevin? What does LeBron need to do? I don't care. I don't know if he even cares about this, but what would he need to do now to be better than Jordan at this point in his career? Even with all the L's he's taken,
See, that's the thing.
is there
like,
anything he can do?
See, I don't think there's anything that he can do. I think it can only be like you just got to put them both at the top.
I get you. I get you.
Like I don't think because you have to. People are gonna point out the losses, and then you have to do that. Like you have to be able to do that, right?
Yeah.
So there's nothing that he can ever do if he wins 7 rings. Maybe that would be what it is. Maybe he has to win 7.
But then they'll
rings.
say it wasn't repeat.
Yeah,
like back
exactly.
to backs.
Yeah.
Unless he ends up the rest of his career with
Yeah,
the
he has to
three-peat
win-
or
if he wins
something.
4 in a row,
yeah, if he wins
which
like
is what
3
you
or
have
4
to
in a
do,
row,
yeah.
that'd be crazy.
If he wins with a 4-peat and he finishes his career with 7 rings, then maybe you could undisputed.
yeah, then we could talk
But yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what I think it'll just be. Yeah, A and
about
B.
even. I think
Yeah.
it'll be about even. It'll
Yeah.
be like he's, if anything, just under him, and that's only simply because of two 3-peats. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Just the dominance. That's
Yeah,
all,
just the
that's all it
dominance
was,
itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Basketball is definitely looking interesting.
But the thing too about that is like, Jordan, he didn't make it out of the finals early in his career. Like when LeBron had his Cavs team, that would have been like when Jordan won, if he beat Boston, early in his career. But that they had like, the Lakers, and that was Lakers and Boston. That's when what he came up with. And when those guys got old, that's when he started dominating. But LeBron had to make these finals because the East was always shit, so he was just making the finals. That Cleveland Cavaliers team in 2007 should have never made the finals, but
Yeah.
LeBron was just that good of a player.
Yeah.
So, maybe LeBron would have had some less losses, but then you can also point to him losing with Miami. So it's hard, so it's hard to say,
Can we look at a hypothetical? Do you think Kawhi should have stayed?
Yeah, I think so.
I
Yeah.
think he should have stayed. I think he should have stayed.
I would have said that last year too. I don't even think I needed the retro.
Remind me, he's getting
Yeah.
paid more right now.
No, he just wanted to stay in.
He
He just
wanted to
wanted
be
to
in
be
LA.
in his hometown.
So is he paying
I think
less?
he could have got paid more in
About the
Toronto.
same,
I'm pretty
about the
sure.
same.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
remember anymore, but I'm pretty sure
We would have offered him more.
the way that it works is like the team that re-signs can offer the most money.
Right.
So I think we had the best contract. I don't know. I don't.
So he
remember.
just wanted to be in LA.
Yeah, and he also he swindled that Paul George deal too. That's why he went.
He wanted to play with
So,
Paul George
because if
allegedly.
we had Kawhi this year, would have been a difference.
And then they
Different
also
scenario.
asked us to make that trade too, but they included Westbrook, so we would have had to have traded like Siakam, some picks, some money
for Westbrook,
Westbrook,
Paul
Paul
George, and Kawhi,
Yeah,
which to
Could've won.
anybody would have been like, oh fuck,
but
yeah.
then look what happened. Yeah.
But no.
Yeah,
Like, I did not. And I was
is
saying this
funny.
before. I think I was saying this last year. I was saying no. I do not want Russell on this team at all.
yeah.
I don't really fuck with Paul George like that. He's sick. He has his moments, but as of recent, I think as of recent, maybe the last 3 years, we've kind of noticed a fall off with him, and he hasn't been delivering. But Kawhi has always kind of been like, yeah, he's that guy, like,
Yeah, that's true. I would have taken that when Damian Lillard dummied him last year. I would have taken that
Yeah.
as a sign to be like, maybe this isn't the guy that I want to
exactly
pair up with. I think, I feel like Kawhi, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't just the Paul George thing. Maybe he was going to go to Clippers no matter what. I feel like no matter what, even if he didn't make that Paul George deal happen, I don't know if he would have stayed in Toronto.
Yeah, I don't
feel
think
like
he would have stayed. I think he was
very set
leaving.
in
I
that,
think I think he was leaving anyways.
But if you ask me, like if he asked anybody objectively, like you didn't even need to ask a Raptors fan. If I wasn't a Toronto fan, I would have been like, yeah, you should stay on Toronto.
Yeah, and I feel
Defending
like a lot of people feel that.
take
way.
the year. You have the year, and just run it back, see what happens. This would have been the perfect fucking opportunity
Yeah.
to, and
Definitely.
then go next year. Go to LA next year.
Exactly. I don't know. I feel like definitely we could have done it back to back with Kawhi definitely this year if we had him. Because again, if we look at it, all we really need is somebody to close out some games.
That's all we needed.
That's all we really
That's
need.
all we needed.
We would have won two more games.
Yeah,
in
know.
The
that
Boston
game.
series would not have been as tough.
Yeah.
For sure.
Just somebody to help with the momentum, help bring up the spirit. You see Kawhi knock down a couple points in the fourth quarter towards the end, gives you a little boost.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. That's all you really need in somebody, even if he's not scoring. Because I feel like a lot of the time he wasn't even necessarily closing out. It was more Kyle or Van Vliet or even Siakam, but it was because Kawhi was there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, very interesting basketball news and fun. I'm very interested to see how the rest of the playoffs go. Have they confirmed when it's coming back yet after the season? Is it December or some shit like that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I heard they were saying January, but
January?
I don't know.
Is it just gonna be always off or what?
I hope they just keep it the way it is wherever they started. Just leave it January to September or whatever. You know?
Yeah, I don't mind the summer ball. Like that was actually.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
I don't know if they will either.
They're gonna go back to
like
the way
this.
it was.
But when?
Winter ball,
when?
spring.
You know.
At some point, they're gonna have to just start or take a year off or start as soon as the playoffs are done. Like as soon as the championship.
You have to do it
starting
sooner
again.
or later. You have to figure
Yeah.
out when you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you can't just do that randomly.
I mean, I don't know, because then all the sports are on at the same time. It's kind of crazy because you're gonna have baseball, hockey, and basketball all in the same month.
Hockey and basketball already started around the same time.
I guess you're right. Yeah,
Hockey starts like a month,
Yeah.
and that's like when hockey and basketball are done. Football's done. Football is September to February,
yeah.
and then hockey and basketball are October to June, and then baseball is April to October. So
Right.
there's nothing except baseball from like July to September.
getting some
June, July,
basketball.
August, September. There's not. Might as well have basketball then.
Yeah.
Because everything else, like football covers the fall, hockey covers like the winter, and then you have baseball and basketball covering the. Let's be honest, baseball. Maybe some people can deal with baseball all day.
But nobody is
Yeah.
realistically.
Sure,
Yeah.
the players want the summer off.
But for them too, it's like you can
Yeah.
fucking go to
I know.
Hawaii.
I know.
Anytime.
Yeah.
I know a lot of them
Yeah.
live in all
They
year
live
round
different
climates.
lives.
And these guys are
Yeah.
clubbing,
all
during
live-
the season anyway.
Yeah,
so,
they're clubbing during a pandemic, so
Yeah, it just helps out Toronto mans at least, you know.
Yeah.
So
Well,
those
not
guys
right
don't have to be
now.
clubbing in
They were.
December, you know.
Did you hear
Yeah.
about maybe you guys know, because all I heard is one player snuck a ting, into
Oh, yeah, yeah.
one of the
Yeah, Daniel House.
what was the player?
Yeah, Daniel House from the Houston Rockets. Apparently, I don't know
he
what happened there.
something about him sneaking a ting into the bubble.
it's been months. He needs a crush. I get it.
He can't be the only one that's done that. Maybe he just got caught.
Bro, they're all crushing things in there. He just got caught. Literally,
He got
That's what
caught.
it is.
Like
Yeah.
he got caught and then it got exposed.
Yeah, man.
There's no way all of them haven't been,
Because you got to think about it. They found her there. How did she even get on the property?
Yeah.
How did you get to where the fuck are they? Disney World, Disneyland.
Who let her in?
How did you get into Disneyland?
Yeah.
World.
Yeah, I know. Someone
That's Mickey Mouse security.
he paid someone off.
That's
clearly.
the Goof Troop, yo. Like that's crazy.
That's not the goof troop.
like that's crazy, bro. That is wild.
Any more ball talk or?
Nah, the ball talk is
I
over.
was gonna move on. So we had the chicken sandwich,
Hmm.
the one that maybe a lot of you have already eaten because it's been in America for a while now.
And it's also been a week since we've talked about this chicken sandwich when you're hearing it. So most
That's
likely
true.
you've
It's
had
the
it.
chicken sandwich has already been out for about half a week. By the time this podcast come out, it'll be about 2 weeks. So yeah, chicken sandwich from Popeyes. I guess it replaced. We had this old one here that was okay. It was pretty decent.
Yeah, I fucked with it.
I
Still.
fucked with it too. I don't know if that one's just gone forever because they got the new one. I guess they don't need two different
I hope
types.
they keep it. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, they got to rename it something else. Like
Yeah.
the original chicken
Yeah, I
sandwich,
guess.
and then the new chicken sandwich. But yeah, we just ate it just before this pod. It's not bad. I don't know. I don't understand where all the hype was because it's okay. I mean, it's nothing mind blowing.
We have to remember it's different.
It's different.
It's
I think
gonna be
different.
different from it is in the States because of our different food laws and
I don't know.
stuff like that.
Maybe Popeyes is better, but I've had other fast food in the U.S. is not as good to me. McDonald's is not as good.
I don't like McDonald's in the States. It's fucking disgusting.
McDonald's in the States is not as good. I don't know why.
It makes me sick.
Yeah, like I had a Big Mac in New York one time. It just wasn't that good. I don't know. The bun is weird, and the beef just tastes more American.
I could just you bite into that shit and you could tell you're in America.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
like this shit might be killing me faster.
Yeah, you could taste it. You're like,
This shit's probably killing me faster.
yep, rat
Yeah.
poison.
Rat
Yeah.
poison,
Yeah.
pesticides, all that
But
shit.
Yeah, definitely the sandwich was. I think the Popeyes chicken sandwich here in Canada was solid. It was solid. Again, nothing special, but solid. Definitely a very juicy sandwich. One of the juicier ones.
It's definitely gonna be one of the top things I order on the menu now.
Yes,
You know what I
from
mean?
there.
When I go there, it's gonna be either for me the tenders or
Yeah,
the sandwich.
or the sandwich. Yes,
You know what I mean?
1,000%.
Because I the original other sandwich I'd rarely get. Like I'd get that sandwich only pretty much on Wednesdays when it was the special. Other than that, I would never, because you never got the biscuit and shit, and I kind of like the biscuit and everything. But I don't,
I
don't need the biscuit.
with this chicken sandwich, you get the biscuit. You know what I mean?
That's true.
It's a nice experience to have the biscuit with the sandwich and the Cajun fries.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we have enough time to talk about this yet. Maybe we'll come back, but we need to actually have a very important conversation about the chicken sandwich industry and how it plays a role in our lives and in your life. You know what I mean? So today we need to figure out, or at least give our individual opinions on top 5 chicken sandwiches.
Chicken sandwich wars.
all time, dead or alive.
Chicken sandwich wars. Okay, we're at war with chicken sandwiches. Other companies are making moves, man. We got KFC jumping in.
Yeah.
They got their own now randomly out of nowhere.
Yep.
I don't know how that happened.
They dropped that shit like today or something.
They dropped that shit like they saw Popeyes coming in with the new one. Like shit. They made that shit in like a week.
Yeah.
And they dropped it quick. Okay, we need pickles. We need some bun that's like oiled up and a fucking piece of breast, deep fried. We're good to go.
Yep.
But
So yeah, we need to talk
we'll have a
about
debate right after the break.
top 5
Top 5.
chicken sandwiches, dead or alive.
Yeah, we're just watching the Jeffrey Epstein doc casually on the side here tonight.
Yeah, it's not something that I wanted to like. If I don't remember anything that happened in this doc, I don't really care because it's not useful information to me. But
It's not like you.
it's something that is, you want to see how sick these people with money
Can
Yeah,
get.
can
it's,
get.
it's
yeah.
a good. It's a good. How do I say this? Yeah, it's a good example of super rich, powerful white people and what they're capable of doing when they have this power.
I'm going to say this here. This is Jamal Burchell on the Lost and Talks podcast. I've had this theory for a while. The boys kind of know it.
Oh shit, he's gonna hit us with it.
I need to delve into it more, so I'm not going to get it all today, but I want to
We were gonna talk about chicken.
put this out here first, and then we can talk about the chicken right after.
Okay.
And this is just a single statement. I have noticed, or at least I believe, the richer you get, the more fucked up your sexual desires are. So just think about it quickly. At some point, you're going to get bored of the bad bitches. You're going to get bored of the foreign hoes. You're going to get bored of the exotics.
Sometimes it's not even
exotics.
just money. It's just, the more power you get.
The
Like
power as well.
presidents.
Yes.
Yeah.
Money and power.
Power
Yeah.
you have.
But I'm talking about the dudes that are really... They got that.
like stupid rich to the point where it's like you bought yourself a presidency, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna get bored of the ugly bitches because you got bored of the bad ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then we've noticed some people delve into the same sex world, and some delve into the CP world. If you don't know what CP is,
Shouldn't know what it is.
you should know. You shouldn't know, but you should know at least what the fuck I'm talking about. But CP, I don't want to say it.
CP.
Cheese pizza.
Maybe there's a fetish world
Yes.
in
Yeah.
there too.
There's
That's
definitely.
what we get in
I'm
there.
skipping
Yeah,
worlds.
Yeah.
I'm definitely skipping worlds. I'm sorry if I'm skipping yours.
We're doing.
But I'm just trying to say, the more power and the more money you have, the weirder shit gets for you in the
Yeah.
sexual world.
Yeah, because you've tried, like you said, you've tried everything, right? You've tried all the fucked up, all the normal shit, like normal shit.
Mhm, exactly.
You've tried all the weird taboo shit, right? And then you might ease your way into the illegal shit because of what's next.
And then you start realizing what you can get away with
And you realize, like all you
with
could,
your status. Yeah.
I could pay a underage girl $200, which is nothing to me, right? To just massage me and do other things and get away with it because I'm so rich. No one's gonna. The police department, I got them by the balls.
Yep.
They're not gonna investigate. They're not raiding my house. You know what I mean? Politicians, I know them. We're talking as Jeffrey Epstein, for example. Politicians, I'm for good
But this
friends
is
with a
just-
lot of them.
This is just general with
There's
once
some-
you get to that level of money, like
Yeah.
it's true with everybody. You know the police, you own the police, you own the politicians, you own the
Even if you don't technically own them, it's just like you're so untouchable.
Yeah.
They don't even bother to look to investigate anything that you're potentially involved in. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah, and yeah, it's just super fucked up because what you're saying, just how rich people can or do tend to go that extra mile sexually is really fucking weird.
Think about it, guys.
It's really fucking weird.
We'll definitely come back and explore this another day. I just need to put this out here, just so that it's out in the universe, and we kind of know we have a date put down to this, so we can say when this information does come out and scientists prove this, that Jamal was right. Back to chicken sandwiches. Top 5 chicken sandwiches.
First, should we talk about the chicken sandwich dilemma?
What's the
Is it a dilemma? That's not the right word.
dilemma? What's the dilemma?
It's not a dilemma. It's just something I've noticed. It's not a dilemma.
Are the chicken sandwiches doing weird sexual?
I think we're making. I think in fast food right now, there's been a transition. You know what I mean? I think for the longest time, beef has always been dominant in fast food. Look at the classic burger places, Burger King, McDonald's. It's always been beef, beef, beef. I think chicken, and there's always been chicken, but I think chicken's starting to become on top of the fast food industry, and all the newest things they're coming up with it seems to be incorporating chicken. It's just something I've noticed, right? And it might be because of environment, or it might be because of health, even though it's kind of funny because it's deep fried chicken. That's not fucking healthy. But the idea that beef or red meat is not as healthy. And I've just, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've noticed, I think there's been a more emphasis on chicken related things.
I agree. I feel like the chicken has always been there. It's always kind of been at the top, but like you are saying, in some places, there's definitely the burgers over the chicken sandwiches or the fried chicken or whatever. But I want to say I think I've noticed this for a while now. How old am I? I'm 26. At least 14 years. Or at least 12. I want to say I've noticed a transition from the burgers to the chicken. And I feel like, that's just slowly with everybody kind of understanding meats and health and stuff like that. I feel like we're kind of noticing the chicken game progress a bit more now, mainly because we're moving more into more vegan products and plant-based stuff. And at some point, that is most likely going to be the future as well.
I mean, KFC has vegan chicken.
Yeah.
Like fried vegan chicken. I haven't tried it. Part of me wants to, just because I want to see what that's all about. Because that's kind of crazy. You got literally, I guess there's no bones, but you got like fried chicken that's not meat at all. And it looks pretty close. I think it's made by Beyond Meat as well. Beyond Chicken, Beyond Fried Chicken, or whatever it's called. That shit's crazy. I want to try that. But you're right. I think there's been a total transition. I think beef is, and it's always going to be on top for now, as long as you have McDonald's and their main burgers have been beef. But I think we're going to see a slow transition to chicken and other things over the next several decades.
Yeah, I don't
believe it.
order burgers as much anymore. I usually go for a spicy chicken, Asiago chicken from Wendy's, a junior chicken, maybe a McChicken, maybe even some chicken nuggets before I'll reach for the Big Mac or a Baconator, even though I love Baconators, classic OG. But I'm kind of over the Baconator world, I'm more into the chicken world, yes, indeed.
I feel like it's how you feel too. I feel like beef. Yeah, like
I feel like
the fried chicken sometimes, it could be unhealthier than a regular beef.
Could be.
But
I feel like the beef
just
makes me sluggish.
Yeah.
You see the grease. I can feel that shit.
No matter what, beef is always gonna have more fat. They might have less calories, but it'll always have more fat and saturated fat. And, than chicken, right? And it just absorbs more oil and shit. So it'll make you feel. I feel like that's part of it. Like when I think about lunch, if I go to a burger place. If I think about eating the beef plate thing, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be fucking dead the whole day. But if I eat the chicken burger, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
So that might be the health.
It's true.
It's like a weird health thing where it's like I do tell myself too, like, oh yeah, the chicken is healthier.
When I get
same.
when I get
but it's not even just a health thing. It's like the feeling,
when I get the spicy chicken from not McDonald's, from Wendy's, I do feel a lot cleaner. I feel a lot more. Yeah, you know, it's definitely unhealthy. So it's I don't know. It's a better feeling than when I crush a
definitely.
Baconator. Baconators kill me, bro.
Yeah, bacon.
Like that's a
lie
itis.
down, you know?
That's a itis right
Yeah.
there for a while.
You gotta lay down for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's a burger though.
Yeah.
That's a good burger.
So run it.
So we're gonna do the top 5
yeah, give me your
fried
top.
chicken sandwiches
You don't have to give us an order unless you want to. Go
right
off the
now,
top.
eh?
Yeah, right off the top. This is not gonna kill you. It's not gonna end the world.
Yeah. You know, it's gonna be easy for me, I think, to list 5 for sure. So, okay, I'm gonna say the Wendy's spicy. I like it a lot. That one's really good. That's probably one of the top things I order from Wendy's, anyways, besides a Baconator. So the Wendy's spicy chicken. Then I'm gonna go with. There's no order. I'm gonna go with the deluxe spicy from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, they're all chicken sandwiches, but specifically the spicy like deluxe one. That's one with like cheese and lettuce and tomato and shit. That one's really good. Even though I'm putting it on the top 5, and I've only had it twice. So, but it's just like, you try it once, you're like, fuck. Because we just got Chick-fil-A like about a year ago in Canada. So we're new to that shit. I know y'all have been eating that shit for so long if you're not from here. What else? I'm going to go with the Popeyes, the newest Popeyes. I think that's on the top 5 for me. For fast food.
I feel you.
For fast food. I think that's up there.
No one's talking about,
Yeah.
your auntie's fucking.
Yeah. So what was that? That was 3. See, this is where I don't know if I can even name a 5th one that I've eaten.
PG Clucks.
So I was gonna name PG Clucks. I was waiting. That was last. That's number 1. If I were to put it on number 1. So
Yeah,
PG Clucks
that's
is
my
a
number 1.
yeah. PG Clucks is like a local Toronto place. They do fried chicken sandwiches, like more like I don't know. How do I describe it?
All they have is
More
fried chicken
handmade.
sandwich.
It's more handmade. More. That's what they specialize in. That's pretty much all they make. It's just nicer. They're just less, not like pre-made fast food. You know, like more mom and pop style, I guess I would say. Lastly, do I want to say the old Popeyes? But that's cheating. I don't know. I haven't tried.
Feel it.
I haven't tried KFC's, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Because they just got a new one. I haven't tried Mary Brown's either. That one's apparently good.
There's a few chicken sandwiches you need to catch up on, brother.
I see. I don't know any others like that are like that fire.
You do. You're just
That
not
I
thinking
haven't.
of them right
I'm
now.
not thinking of them right now. Maybe come back, or you might fresh my memory on a 5th one.
Kevin, you got them?
But
I don't have any lists yet. I mean, I would put PG Clucks at number 1.
it's
but
gonna be all the same.
I haven't
man.
tried Chick-fil-A. I haven't tried I wouldn't even consider the Popeyes. I feel like I have to try the U.S. Popeyes one because I feel like it's different.
I know what you mean.
The amount of
I feel like I
hype
have
they
to
put
try
into
it.
that one, and then
Yeah.
the reception that we got here, it has to be different. Like,
Yeah.
because those guys have Chick-fil-A there too, and it's like been around for so long, and it might be better there too. It might be the same. I don't know, but like if they're putting it at the level, there has to be something different. So
Oh, I had this. This is one low key one I had. Sorry, it's really good. They might have it. They might have a location now, but when I first tried it, it was at the CNE, the exhibition. It's the Nashville Hot. The Nashville Hot chicken sandwich is a
think I
place
know what
called
you're talking
Nashville
about,
Hot. I had that
that's
at the CNE.
what the A&W one is called, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That one I haven't had either. See, did they come out with a chicken sandwich?
they did, yeah.
See? I'm telling you, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We got 3 new chicken sandwiches from
We
the
have to do
top.
another update. We have to come back
Yeah.
in this week. All
And
of us,
try
I need
it.
to get every.
Well, you know
chicken
what might
sandwich.
happen?
But we have to
Yeah.
line it up here
I
and
know.
try
They
it.
might have
I'm
heard
down.
that the Popeyes Canada one wasn't that hot. So
Yeah.
KFC and A&W, all the other places are like, yo, we could like capitalize on the buzz that they got.
Yeah.
going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
But
And say ours is better.
exactly, they start getting a couple articles where some other people are like, yo, like, yeah, everyone's talking about Popeyes, but yo, this new A&W, or like, so that's probably what they were thinking, right?
Yeah.
For sure, yeah. But the Nashville Hot one, that was okay. That was pretty good. That would be like number 5, though. But it was like, I mean, I paid like $12 for the fucking thing.
I wanted
Is that
to
CNE?
say, like, I can't remember because I think it's out of business now, but Kaboom. The fried chicken, Korean fried chicken place.
I forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember how the fried chicken sandwich
I can't
tastes,
remember
but
how
I'm
it
pretty
tastes.
sure at
It
one
was-
point it was the
it
best
was
thing I've ever
good,
had in my
though.
life.
It was
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
though. It
With the
was
fries,
good.
with the kimchi fries.
Yeah, it was good.
Have you guys
Yeah.
had Dirty Bird or whatever? It's like the chicken.
Chicken
I've
waffle.
had Dirty
waffles.
Bird.
I haven't
Yeah.
had that. Is that shit good?
Chicken waffles. Yeah, it was good. But I went early on. I haven't gone since they've kind of like expanded. So I don't
Okay.
know if the quality's gone down. But when they were early,
Like the
new-
one off when they had the one place.
Yeah, one spot in Kensington.
Now it's like a franchise.
yeah.
Yeah, they franchised.
They have a few more spots now. So usually that
They had a
Kensington
they had a
quality.
good it was like a jalapeno and cheddar waffle kind of sandwich.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
good. I've only had it once, so
It's
it's
one
hard
of those,
to
but
remember.
I feel like
yeah.
it was one of those places you go to once. you know?
Exactly, yeah.
It's just like it's like the ice cream cones that are made out of
Yeah, yeah.
whatever the fuck they're made.
The,
of.
the
chimney
bougie,
ones,
yeah, the
whatever they're called.
designer bougie
Yeah,
ones,
the
yeah.
fucking
Oh,
whack
yeah,
ass
yeah,
that
yeah.
everybody
I
thought
had
they
one
would
of
have
those-
loved.
Yeah.
And you have one, and you're like, this is
I had
sweet
one
as
at
shit. Like, I'm
Yorkdale.
not doing
I went
this
at
again.
Yorkdale. It was okay.
Yeah, like it's fun.
I
Cool.
felt like shit after.
Exactly, because it's all this sugar and all this extra shit and oil.
Have you guys ever had so off topic? You guys ever
We're lost in talks, bro.
went to ice cream, yo? You guys ever had the marble ice cream?
Yeah.
Marble slate. Is
I'm
that what
pretty sure,
it's
yeah.
called?
I think so.
It's pretty sick. Like they fucking. So they scoop the ice
Yes,
cream.
yes, I have. The one they used to have those ones in the fucking
It's a
Tim Hortons
it's
and
a
shit.
really bougie ass place. Oh, maybe. Did
Yeah.
they do that at those
Yeah.
places?
Yeah, they had it
That's
at Tim
not where I
Hortons.
got mine. I got mine at some bougie place in Oakville. So they scoop the ice cream and then they have this like ice cold marble slate, right? And it's like super ice cold, like it's frosting and shit. And they put the ice cream scoop on the marble slate. And then you can ask for toppings and like syrup and like gummy bears, whatever, and they mix it around in the ice cream on the marble slate, right? Physically, and then they scoop it on like a sugar cone. So they play with your fucking ice cream on the marble slate before,
Like an omelet.
kinda, yeah,
Like-
it's really interesting.
Like
yeah,
get a like
Kinda
teriyaki.
sick. Yeah.
You know?
The ice cream has to be really fucking cold for it to work, and
Yeah.
and the marble.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was like really bougie. I paid like $10 for it, but you know.
Any other mentions, Kevin?
Off top,
Moving my mic. Sorry, folks listening.
fried chicken sandwich. Can't think of any of the top of my head.
Oh.
I'm trying to think of like the more common places too. You know, places that you've had frequently, because that does play a factor into
And
it.
it's
Like
just chicken sandwich. Just chicken sandwich.
Yeah,
by
I
the
would
way.
put spicy chicken in it.
Doesn't have to be spicy. Yeah.
Oh, just chicken sandwich in general.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like I might have to throw a jerk sandwich in there or something. I don't know. I would
Oh,
think-
fuck.
yeah.
Okay, you wild. Chill, chill,
Like a jerk chicken? Yeah. Like a Jamaican
blessed.
With
like
a
jerk chicken?
coleslaw, yeah, the
Yeah.
cocoa bread,
With the
yeah,
cocoa bread, Jamaican.
Oh fuck, that's a nut and a half.
yeah. Because I can probably eat that every day.
There's
bro.
this
That's,
plate-
that's
there-
one
yeah.
thing I could eat.
There's this
Yeah.
all
Jamaican
the time.
spot on like Finch and Brimley. It's called I think that's
Oh, Chris Jerk? No,
Nah,
that's
is it at Finch and Brimley? It's somewhere. It's called Fami Bakery in Jamaican Foods. It's actually so good. Like we should actually go there like sometime.
We might have to
Like it's
stop.
actually sick. You can get like the in-house made beef patties,
Mm-hmm.
That's blessed.
They're pretty lit actually. We should go there. I drive all the way there from my house just
Oh
to get
shit!
it.
So he offered, guys.
Yeah, I would.
You heard it here first,
I would
folks.
when they're open. No, I don't think they're open this late, but
I'm gonna say I'm gonna try to put mine in order. One, PG Clucks. That jalapeno honey is
yeah.
that'll change you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
that is one of those like
Man's
life-
ate that in a
life-changing-
park on a shoot. My hands are sticky.
Yeah,
And I was happy.
yeah, it's a life changing moment.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah,
It's not a pleasant experience, but
yeah,
it's an amazing experience.
yeah, exactly.
It's amazing.
I like when food's messy a little bit.
I don't like that. 'Cause They
don't
try to
like it?
they try to sell that with the fucking Big Mac. Oh, this is the character of the burger. Oh, I'm
Like
like,
it falls apart and shit.
yeah, and I'm like, no, this is fucking garbage.
It depends. Like some mans will really put the Big Mac sauce on that shit and it'll squirt out the back. So it depends on that dude. I know.
Anyways, next. Fucking number 2 has to be that Chick-fil-A, the spicy deluxe. As Ian was just saying, is definitely it's up there. You know, it's something I didn't want to overhype, and it's you have it and you're like, this is good.
Yeah.
You know, like this is actually good. You know,
Yeah.
like this is what expectations being met looks like. You know. So the Chick-fil-A Spicy Deluxe, definitely great. You could pair that with a lot of great items. I love the fries, the waffle fries or whatever they have at fucking Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
as
when
well.
you mix it with their dip. That's what they're known for. They're known for the chicken, obviously, but they're also known for the dip.
Yeah.
And they take their dip seriously.
I think
They're not. Yeah, they don't.
I
sleep
think
on
the
that.
Chick-fil-A combo with the spicy deluxe and all that shit. If you can either do the shake or you can do a regular drink. That's just
I do the sweet tea.
or the tea. That's right.
I like the tea. I don't know.
All a great combo, so you can't go wrong there. Number 3, Asiago Ranch, Wendy's. The mix of bacon. You get that little bit of extra different meat there. The sauce is great. The spice level I think is my favorite on that sandwich. Definitely up there. Number 4, an OG. It's slept on. It's held you down in your deepest, darkest, most broke moments, and it has to be a Junior Chicken.
Yeah, I was just thinking that while you were talking. I'm like, yeah.
The Junior Chicken has held me down time and time again. In the days where you're hungry and you want to be selfish but still get good junk food, a Junior Chicken has just never let me down once.
It's what when you want like some fast food and you're not trying to spend money.
Yeah, you're not trying to spend the money, or even you just have a couple. You just have some change in your pocket. You know what I mean? You have $2 and a little bit of change.
Fam, there's been multiple. I've gotten juniors after this pod all the time.
Yeah, man,
that's happened a couple times.
Yeah, the Junior Chicken, I feel like it cannot be overlooked simply because it's held everybody down.
Yeah.
At some point, every single person has had to say, "Yo, can I get a Junior Chicken?" And you needed it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So definitely Junior Chicken. And at number 5, I'll put the Popeyes chicken sandwich,
The new one.
the new one.
It's gonna be a favorite.
It's gonna be a favorite. This is, I will say, I think it's the most comparable to the PG Clucks sandwich. You get a nice meatier piece of chicken. It's juicy. The actual crust. I like the crunch of the Popeyes chicken sandwich and PG Clucks. The spice levels on the Popeyes chicken sandwich are solid. Not as good as the other ones that I just mentioned. And if you did notice, most of those sandwiches are spicy. Please take in the Junior Chicken is technically a spicy sandwich. Let's not forget, folks.
That she is, yeah.
And then,
shout out the Bacon Ranch one too.
Oh yeah, the Bacon Ranch.
Yeah.
Yes, shouts out the Bacon Ranch. But yeah, I would say yes. 5 would be the new Popeye chicken sandwich. It's a solid sandwich. I feel like there's something missing, but they almost got it. Have it fresh. Because having it microwaved like I did the first time I had it was not the greatest. But once I got a fresh one, I could tell the difference there. I give that sandwich, since it is new, I'll give it a rating for you guys. It's about a 7.4. 7.4 out of 10. Good sandwich.
There's room to grow. I'm sure they're listening. Hopefully they're listening.
I hope you're listening to the Lost and Talks
yeah.
podcast today because we're really breaking down the chicken sandwich game for you.
Yeah, it's like a 7.5 for me as well.
Yeah,
as opposed to like the PG Clucks, which is like a 9.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like a 9 because I'm gonna say 9 because I don't give 10s usually.
I can give it 10 to something, but I don't feel like the PG Cluck sandwich is a 10.
I think there's something better out there.
I want to find it.
There is something better out there.
Yeah.
There's no way it's all here in the city.
I need
10 has to be
we need
the
to do
world's
like
best.
a Nashville trip.
That's what I'm saying. We need to go to other places,
trip, like a Florida trip. Like I'm sure those, and then Japan.
Yes, Japan. We gotta have there.
A panko bread.
Exactly. We have to touch Korea.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do this
probably
trip.
has a crazy. Fried
and then we gotta touch the islands.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because I want to see what it's like. What are the chicken sandwiches like even in Hawaii?
Yeah.
Are we getting pineapple with this?
On them.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And let's go to Barbados. What do you guys? Oh, you want to give me the jerk chicken sandwich on the cocoa bread and the coleslaw? I will add that onto the list.
Yo, what if somebody has a fried jerk chicken sandwich?
Blood
you know what
I mean? That'd be crazy, man. But I think we've all kind of given,
I hope we could do that one day. Do like
a
chicken sandwich.
Tour?
Documentary, like a tour, a world tour.
Dude, I'm so down. That's a YouTube series.
Bro, we could do this.
Yo, hunt for the world's best chicken sandwich.
When we're saying this on the pod, I know mans are listening. Like
they're about to steal our idea.
Yo, we got to do this now. Like,
I'm down. Like the Nashville hot. That means it was made in Nashville. Like we got to go to Nashville then or some shit.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Southern United States has some crazy chicken sandwiches.
We could probably pitch this to somebody.
Yeah, this has to be a thing right now. Fuck.
And we travel.
I gotta delete this part of the pod right now.
We travel, we travel and everything. It's all covered.
Yeah, the more I'm thinking about it, I don't think I've seen it yet because I've seen so many what's the best burger? I've been looking for the best burger, and there's been so many debates about like Five Guys and Shake Shack and In-N-Out, but like yeah, like this
I've
chicken
never had
sandwich
it,
thing
no.
is kind of new, and the only debate so far has kind of been Chick-fil-A and Popeyes, but there are like
There's a lot.
I feel like with fried chicken, it's those mom and pop shops, it's the local places, like those are the ones that might have that winner, you know?
Damn.
I think I still need to try the 3 others I haven't tried. So A&W has one.
Yeah. That one is, I mean, I got to try it again, but like, because I had the one at the Morningside in Ellesmere, like gas station A&W. Not to shit on them.
I'm
but,
sure
like,
that one is probably good. Knowing
Yeah.
A&W is pretty consistent.
A&W's
A&W's a solid place,
right?
Yeah.
underrated.
And then
Yeah.
there's the
Mary Brown's.
the Mary
KFC,
Brown, the
Mary
Mary
Brown's.
Brown's Big
KFC.
Mary, which they've
I
had that
think I
sandwich
had the
for a
Mary
minute.
Brown's once, but like I don't.
People
The
say
Mary
that's good
Brown's
too.
Yeah.
I've had. It's good. Not in my top 5. I'd probably put it 6, 7.
And then KFC, which is like a hit and miss usually.
Yeah.
KFC.
But you know what? Like when the Big Crunch was like the only thing
Big
around.
Crunch is.
Remember they had that Big Crunch combo with the Kit Kat Chunky.
Yeah.
That was a
that's
go-to.
That's
Yeah.
an honorable mention for
Yeah.
sure. I don't think they've delivered with the Big Crunch, but the Big Crunch it has held me down when
Yeah.
I was looking for a chicken sandwich when nobody else had one, or if I just didn't feel like getting fucking McDonald's again.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then yes. Before I even hopped into the Popeyes game, yeah, I was hitting up the KFC Big Crunches or the what's the other one? The Whiz? What's it called? I can't remember. But the other
Zinger.
the Zinger.
Zinger.
Yeah,
That's
the
a
Zinger.
spicy one.
The Zinger.
Right?
Yeah, the Zinger is
Sometimes
what I
that
fuck
shit's
with.
pretty good. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
man. It is. It is.
And they had the double down.
Double Down
never
was
had that.
sick. Double Down was sick.
Yeah,
I never
it
had the
was-
double down.
It was
Like,
pretty good.
sick, and it was
still,
also
yeah.
made you sick.
Yeah.
I can see it being good.
Because
though.
that
Yeah.
shit-
Yeah.
That was a fucking what was that? Two
pieces of chicken, yeah.
breasts.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
put
then
together with cheese and bacon or
Yeah.
cheese and whatever.
bacon in the middle.
I want to
yeah.
try
Yeah.
the Krispy Kreme one. That one. Have you guys seen that one? Like there's a
A
Krispy,
Krispy Kreme
with-
burger.
It's like a Krispy Kreme bun and then like
Yeah.
chicken.
Oh, yeah?
and bacon or something. I can't remember.
At Krispy Kreme?
I don't know where it's from. It's not from Krispy Kreme though. It's from somebody
I've
else.
had a Krispy Kreme burger before. It was at the X though, when I have all that weird shit.
It might have been the X. You know what? Because yeah, they have all
That's
that.
one
weird
thing I
shit
miss
there.
about the X.
PG
not
Clucks
having-
had the donut burger we did one
Did they?
time. It's good. Like I like the jalapeno honey more, but it's
Yeah.
like an experience. It's a good
It's an
experience.
experience, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
they did have the donut. Did
Yeah.
they use Krispy Kreme?
You know what? Yes, they do have. I think they still do once in a while.
I think they have a jerk chicken sandwich actually. Now that I just remembered.
we're
yeah.
definitely gonna have to do this tour.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm
Jerk chicken
excited.
tour,
We should do a food related shit
bro.
on our
We
channel.
need to get the fucking
Huh?
We need to do all this shit.
Zip.
Like real shit, yo. Anybody
man.
listening, please just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of food related stuff on YouTube already.
Yeah, but there's
they,
there's not enough. You know what I mean? Like,
Vice has a whole channel, Munchies or whatever.
yes,
They do that whole shit.
yes, I know.
Yeah.
But
We
those
need
guys
one.
like
But
they
those-
talk to the restaurant owners a lot and like I don't
they're
know who
not
gives a shit
they're
about
not
that stuff.
real.
You know?
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's not real stuff where you go into the restaurant and you talk to the guy and he shows you how
Yeah,
to make the
like
shit.
they start
and you guys have
they
fake
start the shit
customers.
really hard. And they're like,
Yeah.
"Yo, this is an endless," and then they talk to the man's all nice. You know what I
I
mean?
can't do
Like,
that. If your chicken sandwich is shit, I should be able to let you know
yeah,
to your fucking face. And if not, I just leave a bad review and put it in my doc.
Yeah.
That's it, yo.
Yeah.
But anyways, you guys need to, anybody listening, think about your top 5 chicken sandwiches. Let us know if the chicken sandwich tour is a legit thing and you'd be interested. We could stop by your city, check out the sandwiches there. You guys drop your top 5s down below in the comments on YouTube, or hit us up on Twitter, Instagram. I'd love to hear the top 5 chicken sandwiches. We really need to really need to find this out, because Chick-fil-A and Popeyes, they've been having this war, and I feel like it's for no reason, because they're just big brands. Like,
exactly.
we don't know about the little spots that really.
I mean,
get
the little
love.
spots are probably gonna kick all the fast food places
Definitely.
ass. I mean,
I want to know who's the best in the
because
little spots.
we list PG on top, and that is the mom and pop.
That is technically
And that's probably one of the only mom and pops we've tried. That's why.
Yeah.
So if we try more, we're gonna be
Yeah.
like, oh
There's
shit.
that other one on Instagram. I'm trying to remember the name. You ever get a knockout chicken?
Knockout.
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
that's at Kensington.
I haven't had
Yeah.
that one yet.
I haven't had it.
I've seen
yet.
the
I've
ads.
seen
It's
it.
looking.
It's looking
hot,
good.
yo.
It's at
Yeah.
Kensington. It's
Looking
at
like a
Kensington.
knockout,
We,
yeah.
we could have technically when I'm in the area. I can go. We can go.
We'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll figure out the Toronto ones at least, I guess, and get the Toronto list.
We'll start here.
down.
We should probably do the pilot episodes here in the city. And then we'll probably try and sell that. And
Yeah.
then we'll be like, oh, this is fucking legit. Like,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
sick. You guys got into a fight with a stripper in the chicken joint? Like, that'd be crazy.
Bro, what if like the strip club had the best chicken sandwich?
Yo,
That's what I'm saying.
it,
Bro, what
probably,
if-
it might.
Yeah,
We
what
need to
if
find out, guys.
they have like
Research.
they have really sick chicken wings? I've heard. So
I've heard
A
about
lot
the
of
pasta.
places.
I've heard about the spaghetti.
Oh yeah.
I
In the
wish.
stripper joints.
At all of them?
I can't
some of
remember.
them?
I can't remember which stripper joint it is, but the spaghetti apparently was pretty solid.
Apparently, I heard like 905's wings and not.
Have you guys had Jollibee yet?
That's what I heard.
Yes, I've had Jollibee.
How was
I
that?
haven't.
Jollibee's is good. It's a different type of experience because you don't get fries with it. You get pasta,
Spaghetti and
you get like sweet pasta or you get something else. I can't remember. I think you can get fries if you really wanted to, but most people just get the spaghetti. But the chicken there is pretty solid. Like it is comparable to, I would say it's right in between KFC and Popeyes.
Okay.
It's like
Really?
that middle ground
For the piece chicken.
Yeah, it's solid. I like it.
Because
I
that
like
shit
it
has,
more
still
than
has
KFC.
lineups like right now.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
it's good shit. It's
Yeah.
good shit, and you know the Filipino people have to support their shit. So
I've never had it.
they're opening up another location in the Walmart Plaza.
Say word.
Yeah,
Which Walmart? The
Warden.
one on Warden?
Yeah.
Oh, that's busy.
Yeah, they're opening up another location right there. So I'm like, that's sick.
Okay.
But yeah, Jollibee's is definitely a stop by if you guys haven't tried Jollibee's. Check it out. It's a good spot. Good spot. Different experience for sure. And that's enough chicken talks for today.
Cutting. Yeah. So we were gonna get into we were talking off the pod Kanye
Yeah.
and the recent span of tweets. This is I guess a follow up from his last span of tweets.
I like these tweets more.
These tweets, yeah. So the latest series of tweets about Kanye, I haven't really looked it up, but then this morning or last night I saw him pissing on a Grammy. I'm like, all right, you know what?
This
He's
is
still
what I
having
need.
fun. This is the Kanye that I wanted to see. I didn't want him, you know. I wasn't even looking at the tweets. I just saw, you know, things about him calling out Drake and Kendrick or something.
I saw that shit. I was like,
yeah.
shut up about that.
But
I'm
then-
like, I do agree
yeah.
we need to get them all in a room to make a track. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But other than that, no.
But then scrolling through, I think he started talking about royalties and
Yes.
things like that, which is we've talked about it a lot, like how artists are clearly not paid the amount of money that they should be. So, you know, it's good. I don't know. It's good to, he was screenshotting a bunch of his contracts and stuff. It feels like I don't know. It feels like it could be a productive conversation if he handles it the right way, you know?
But well, I agree with you first off, but I don't know about productive. Like how is this productive for him? You know? What I
Oh, not
mean?
for him, just for
Just overall,
music. Yeah.
I don't know, man, because people are fucking blind. Like, I don't know. I feel like we've been talking. People have been talking about ownership and owning your stuff and understanding what you're getting into with these deals and these record labels for how many years?
Yeah, you know what? Maybe it's not that much because people aren't signing deals anymore.
But people don't even
If
just
you
take
are
in
signing
shit.
deals, you're an idiot if you're not reading what, you know, these deals don't mean anything anymore.
Yeah.
We don't make, those contracts were written for like how you make money if you're a musician in the 70s. This shit doesn't work like this anymore. you know?
Exactly.
Right.
And that's why people are getting finessed nonstop. I don't
And
know.
Kanye signed his contracts 20 years ago, so those shits are gonna be old. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if they update those shits. I don't think they do. If they do update them, I don't think they update the terms and the laws and the regulations and how this shit works.
I wonder how that's gonna affect him legally and what that does to him dropping his contracts and shit online. Because I think that was just one contract he posted, but it's like fucking a million tweets that he
Yeah.
had to post out because he did every single photo
Yeah.
or every single page of it. And there are numbers involved. There are signatures on it. So you can, if you feel like checking that out, definitely check that out. It's up as we're talking about it. I don't know if it's going to be up later, but definitely a good amount of information in there just for people that need it. Before we even talk about ownership, let's talk about, pissing on that Grammy. I think that was very beautiful. I think that's the most artistic thing.
Can you remind me what he said on the tweet? I haven't actually read the tweet. I'm sorry.
About what?
The Grammy tweet.
Nothing.
Did he tweet about? Oh.
It's just a video of him pissing on a
Oh,
Grammy.
pissing on. Is this an old video?
No, it's just
No, he
came
just
out.
posted it. Dude.
He just-
There's a Grammy in the toilet and
Wait, I haven't seen this.
yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this. Okay.
Yeah, it's him pissing on a Grammy basically. And I
He
thought that
put
was,
his Grammy in the toilet.
yeah.
He has a lot of Grammys, so
And I mean, that was the
He
thing
has, like,
too. Is
20
kind of
Grammys,
like,
right?
You know, he's kind of been a person who has spoken about not the institution of the Grammys, but him not receiving Grammys for work that he's done. So it's kind of
he
like
has a lot though.
it's kind of like a thing where it's like, okay, yeah. That's the thing too. Is he has like 20.
He's
20
one of the. I
Grammys,
think
so
he has one of the
maybe
highest
he's
amounts
not
of
somebody
Grammy.
who doesn't care about that too much, but yeah, no, he's just pissing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought his toilet would be cooler, but
Yeah.
other than that,
I think his pee's not that clear.
yo,
Kanye,
that's Ian McGilvery.
Kanye, you need to drink more.
IANMCGILLIVRAY.
Follow my Instagram. Nah, I was just saying, he needs to drink more water.
Yeah, I think it was very artistic. I think it was very poetic. The message behind that just means a lot to me, in my opinion. Just again going against the opinions of people that shouldn't have opinions, basically, and also letting you know how worthless this trophy or whatever the fuck it is, which is really overlooked. I saw some people getting mad about it, saying that he should respect it, and I look at that the same way people talk about like the American flag and shit. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't do shit for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just an item. It's just a thing. So, yeah, I felt like it was very poetic, very artistic. Probably one of the biggest messages he's had in a while. And I am liking the recent tweets, especially if it does contain actual information that people are able to look at so that we can better ourselves, the people that decide to better themselves and not just look at you like you're crazy.
Yeah.
This is one of those things where you need to listen to Kanye. You know what I mean? Like, yes, he's had his moments before, but this is why I live my life saying, I'm going to listen to the crazy people a little bit, because the crazy people kind of know what's going on, like to a certain extent. Obviously, you kind of just have to pick it out, but listen to what the fuck they're saying. A lot of the time they're telling you the truths of what the fuck is going on in this world, and we walk by them.
They're the unfiltered people sometimes.
Exactly.
They're the ones that are actually thinking about.
Exactly. But you'll ignore those people but hang out with fake friends. You know what I mean? That's what people need to recognize. Just hearing people out. But yeah, in my opinion, really, really cool stuff, yo. Would you if you have any other statements, what'd you guys think?
I haven't read the tweets, unfortunately. I read the tweet about Drake and J. Cole. That one was funny.
That's one I ignored.
Yeah.
That was a joke one.
See, that's the problem too with his messaging, is like he obviously doesn't have a great track record. I don't know if Twitter, I mean, I guess it's a thing where it's like he feels like that's where he's never going to be filtered, and he can just kind of, it's been the thing I think for the past 10 years where he's kind of, it seems like he's just, when he starts thinking about something, he just goes on Twitter and just keeps going, which I don't know if it's ever been good for him.
Yeah, exactly.
From not even just a public image, just in terms of like him trying to get his messaging out. I don't know if he's ever used Twitter. I mean, he's used Twitter to keep in the news and stay relevant or whatever, but I don't know if he's used Twitter to like ever better his image. So I don't know if that's going to change, but it does seem like he's trying. It seems like he's focused on something that's a little bit better than things that he's been focusing his attention and mind on before.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what it is. Maybe he just needs to string together a couple of consistent of these tweet rants and also put out some music or something, just direct his message towards more positive things like this that could help artists actually, rather than just tweet about shit that, like divorce.
Isn't, yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Kris Jenner and, yeah.
Kanye.
Yeah.
And all that.
I mean, that shit is hilarious.
That shit was hilarious.
Yeah.
That was really
He
funny.
hit us with the funny tweets. Now he's
Yeah.
hitting us with the realer ones.
Yeah. Which I appreciate.
I mean, he's still peppering in little funny ones in between and stuff too.
It kind of goes hand in hand with the theme of the last few weeks, where you see Joe Budden. I almost said Biden. Joe Budden. Again, he decided to leave.
That's a good point. Like when you
Spotify,
when you put it in context with these other artists, these other big name people who have been at the front lines with these labels and the industries and stuff, and they're speaking out. That's when you kind of create, like a little bit more awareness as to what's going on.
Yeah. And that's what I wanted to hear from you guys too. Like, we've kind of talked about it before, but just the importance of ownership and having your own shit. How important is that to you guys? Because to me, in my life, it's very important. You know what I mean? And we can get into more of that later. But how is that for you guys?
So having the ownership of your own work.
Yeah, just ownership of your own work, of your own product, your brand.
It's very important and very important. It should be respected. You should have ownership of something that you've created from scratch. I believe you should have as much full ownership of it as possible. And when you get involved with labels and when you sign deals with companies that try to share the profits, they try to share the ownership as well. And I think as a creative artist, you should fight for that full ownership of your work, because you never know when a deal could go south. And then if you don't have ownership of your shit and your deal goes south, then you have nothing. Like at the very least, you have the song. The song you made is something that is yours and only yours.
I wouldn't
You know
say
what I mean?
I wouldn't even say fight for the ownership unless you've already fucked up and got into some shit. But I would say fight to keep your stuff. You know what I mean?
But we should be fighting for the idea that we do not need to share ownership with these companies.
Oh, 1,000%.
That's what I mean.
1,000%.
That's what I mean.
1,000%.
Because a lot of us seem like the 360 deals and all these things. A lot of artists feel pressured into signing into those deals because those are the only options they got. You know what I mean? So,
And we completely understand why people get into those deals. Like we said with our Bad Deals podcast, it's like sometimes just the timing. Like you need the money. You don't know. I don't know every man's situation, but there are mans obviously that are like, I don't know if my mom's gonna be able to pay rent. I could take this $1 million from this record label for my one song that I made that went viral. You know what I mean?
it's
It
like
makes
this.
sense.
It's like when you're an artist coming up and you're on the radar for labels, and a label throws you a 360 deal, and you're in a position where you don't have a lot of money and you've never seen this amount of money before, and you're finally like we've mentioned, you're finally making money off your art, and that's a great feeling, and you're super excited about it. But a lot of artists are not thinking, and it's hard to, because a lot of artists are not thinking long term, like where they'll be in 5 years. Will they outgrow themselves in 5 years, or will they be in the same spot? It's kind of a risky, confusing move. Like you gotta.
Well, they give you a good pitch too. They
Yeah,
tell you,
they do.
like we're gonna, you don't know. Or they might not tell you don't know what you're doing, but they'll basically tell you that we know how to get you where you want to be. Even though
like
they're-
we know
Yeah.
we've been doing this forever.
Yeah.
We know how to make you pop. Like we
Yeah.
know how to make you go to the next level, right? So just sign this 360 deal, and you're gonna be good. Like you're gonna be good, but you're not thinking about like, well, could I do better without the 360 deal?
Yeah.
Like
I've heard pitches from people without money who have given pretty compelling pitches as to what they could possibly offer.
that's people with no money.
Yeah.
Imagine
So imagine if it's like, here's what we
Warner-
can offer and $1 million.
Warner,
you know?
Sony,
Exactly. Yeah.
RGA, like
Yeah.
they all hit you up. You know, you're gonna believe what they're gonna say.
Yeah.
What they're telling you, because you've seen it firsthand. You've seen it happen to other artists.
They put a contract in your hand. It seems official. They show you their track record, and their track record is good for the winners.
For the winners,
for the
right?
winners,
Yeah.
exactly.
They don't
Right.
show you the losers.
Because at the end of the day, it's up to the label can only do so much. It's really up to the artist, but the artist can make or break their own career, and also the label can definitely suffocate an artist, and they might not get the most potential out of their career as well. So it's kind of it's a tough choice when you're starting out. You know, do you go with that type of deal and it's somewhat playing it safe, but you might not be relevant in 5 years, or do you go like the independent route and it's 100% on you whether you make it, and
And it's 1,000% harder, but
it's a lot harder. Yeah,
you might be able to make more of that opportunity
yeah.
rather than taking the.
It's a fucking scary.
It's like once you start actually making money, then you actually start making money.
Exactly.
The thing is like when you sign one of those deals, if you start actually making money, considering that you only got this deal because you had a couple of viral hits or whatever, like if you have a solid career where you're already making money for yourself, then you should already be thinking to yourself, like you don't need to sign any kind of 360 deal. It's just a point of distro. You just need to get your shit bigger, right? Like if you're getting into a deal because you just got a little bit of a viral success, then yeah, it can be very enticing to be like, yeah, I want to keep this momentum going, and it seems like this label has the ability to keep it going for me, or to make it bigger, because that's what they're pitching to you, right? Like it's not just the money that they're giving to you, but that's also, they know that that's sometimes enough for people, right?
Yeah.
The way I look at things is I like that, again, like we as a collective, we do so much because again we own basically all these things that we have. You know, we have.
I was gonna say, yeah, like it's kind of never been an option for us to not own it, because like we haven't had like a huge conversation from somebody with like somebody offering us like a shitload of money.
Yeah, I wouldn't be down. I'm sorry, I wouldn't oppose to always owning 100% of what we have going on here.
The deal would need to make sense.
The
Right?
deal would make
Yeah.
sense.
As long as the deal makes sense, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. But I know in 9.9 times out of 10, the deal's not going to make
Exactly,
sense. It's
yeah.
not going to be in our
Yeah.
favor. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I mean, if there's any investors out there that'd like to invest in our company, I'd definitely
for sure,
listen.
Yeah.
I would listen.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is like at our
For
point
sure.
in our career, like we would come in knowing what kind of leverage we have because that's what we have to work with. Like if we have no leverage going into a deal, then what are they trying to buy us for, or what are they trying to invest in us for, right? So you got to figure out what it is that they actually want from you. And if you break it down and it's like it's only this one song or this one viral thing that you have, that's not like a lot of good leverage. So it's probably going to be a deal that's going to fuck you over.
Exactly. And I feel like in our situation, our leverage is when it comes to other brands and companies that may want to get involved is we can and already have done so many things by ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like all the things that we have, podcasts, community program, production company. I'll even say Kevin A as a brand. You know what I mean? We have directors. I'll even say Ian McGilvery as a photographer. I'll even say Jamal Burchell as a director or just a creative. You know what I mean? Or somebody that's in the community and in the world. We all bring something to the plate, which helps make sure that jobs are getting done the right way in our collective group of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's all from us at the end of the day.
Yeah, which sadly is like the third priority.
Yeah.
When you think of like things that you have leverage when you go into like an industry meeting, it's do you have a fan base?
Yeah.
Do you have money? Or do you have talent? You
Exactly.
Know, talent usually is the third thing.
Exactly.
You know?
And talent is the weakest thing that you can have.
Yeah.
And we recognize that. That's the thing. Because we've had little conversations with people that have been involved with labels way back, where they asked us, yo, how the way to make it in the music industry is by two ways, basically, other than the talent thing. It's you have the money to be famous, or you have the fans to be famous. You know what I mean? And that's gonna basically help you make whatever money you kind of need. But definitely that is something that's missing on our end. That's the only thing that any investors or labels or anybody could kind of work with us on marketing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Other than that, we create everything ourselves. Podcast is all by ourselves. Everything that you guys have seen is basically by ourselves. And any positive things that are happening is through our hard work. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I feel like that's very important for us to go through, because the longer that we are staying solo like this in this field and doing it independently without bigger execs and this and that and bigger people in bigger places, I just feel like that, again, that helps with our leverage. That helps us gain the type of looks and stuff like that we're looking for organically.
Yeah.
And hopefully at some point with enough organic growth, we'll be on a level of somebody that they would want to sign.
Yeah.
But now we're in a position where we have the fans, we already have the talent, and we have the money now. So why do we need you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
very
feel
important.
like, you know, the arts industry historically used to be a thing where it's like, all right, I'm going to go for as long as I can on my own until somebody discovers me and sets me up with the right A&R and the right money and the, you know, it's like you were always looking you knew that you had to go towards that person who gave you the money or the ability to take it further, right? Whereas now with the internet and stuff, there's this idea where it's like, yeah, you can make it on your own, but it's still that thing where it's like, yeah, you can make it on your own, but if you want to be legit, you gotta eventually get that deal. And you know, in the past 5 years or so, there's been this wave of like people who have been saying, yeah, I'm an independent artist, I've been doing it on my own, and we can look at these like Chances and whatever, but we, for some reason, we can't look up to somebody like Chance the Rapper because we know that that's not a fully independent deal, right? Like we know that there's something else going on there, or there was something else there, you know, that's not the right. So there are artists.
I would say man's like Tech Nine or like Russ, for example. They're even better examples.
Yeah.
Even though both of them, I'm kind of like, I feel like there's still something there, but they're really good examples of.
I feel like,
that
I guess
done
for
the
them,
independent route, great.
Yeah, like them, those are good examples for people like us because we can look at them and be like, they made it all on their own because they found their niche.
Russ was a SoundCloud guy that blew up and
but they figured out their fan base and then they targeted it and then that's all they work in.
Exactly.
Like that's what. So it works for that, you know, like, but there's still this model of like, you know, even if you're a rapper, you can become a pop star, right? Like if you're a SoundCloud rapper, you can be on the radio, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you get a deal. So it's like people need to figure out their end goals with these things, because it's like, yeah, it might be nice to accelerate your career by signing a deal if you get one viral hit, but then 5 years later, when you're actually making money, you're not making money anymore.
And that's funny that you said that the word that you used was accelerated. And that's all it is. You just accelerate the process of falling off.
Yeah.
Like,
And then you give up your chance
of
of making big bank when you actually are making big bank.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, you make $1 million when you were making $0. That's a plus $1 million gain, right? But it's like, once you get to that level where you're consistently on the Billboard charts and blah blah blah, and like the label's pushing you, you're not making any money.
No.
Or they just fuck you over and you just never make any money. Like you don't even get to capitalize
Like,
on your momentum.
I think a person that comes to mind that's in this position right now, I feel like is the baby. I feel like the baby's gonna get like.
I mean, they gave him his album at least. You know, they gave him his quick. You know, there are artists who like SZA. You know, went on Twitter recently.
Okay.
Bobby Shmurda has had his stuff. You know, like. There's countless artists off the top. Like I can't even list them who have complained about album. Lil Wayne. You know, there's been bare artists who have complained about not even being able to get their album out. So it's like they got their one viral hit and then they can't even capitalize on that. They had an album ready.
Yeah.
And then it comes out 2 years later, and then their whole career is done after that.
Exactly.
I meant a little more like the baby being like stressed out and probably, I don't know if by choice or he's put out a lot of music.
Oh, so it's like
too
the
much,
other way around where like they're burning him out.
They're burning him out.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
they're
trying to.
running
That's
him
Facts
dry.
too. Yeah.
That's what I was going with.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
baby.
yeah, yeah.
I think
It can happen the other way where they shove people down your throat.
Yeah, the baby's being shoved down our throat.
Yeah.
To the point where he's gonna get burned out as an artist. Not even like him physically, more like we're just gonna get tired of the baby.
I feel
and
like
that
everybody
same
is.
flow.
I don't listen to that dude at all.
Exactly, and you know what? If he was more like one album every year or every 2 years, like you probably would have slowly became possibly more of a fan.
Yeah.
And but the label's been shoving
Or if it
shoving
wasn't
it down our throat, dude.
or if it wasn't so obvious that what they were trying to do was just be like, oh, these
Yeah.
idiots like when they had the Jabberwockies video and
Yeah.
him rapping with that same flow. Let's do that 20
Yeah.
times on an album.
Yeah.
They still love the Jabberwockies. I fucking hate that shit, bro.
So like he's someone I could see like really not being relevant in a couple years, unfortunately, even though he definitely had the talent and the ability to be.
Yeah.
So and I don't know. They're working him. They're burning him out quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I had to pull up that Dame
Yeah.
interview again from the Breakfast Club, because that shit, I remember hearing that the first time, and I remember he got so much backlash from people about it. And I remember sitting there thinking, no, this guy's telling you the truth. Like, this all makes sense. Like, he was in there asking Charlemagne, asking DJ Envy, okay, yo, this show that you guys have, you guys don't own it. You guys just work in this building. You know what I mean?
That's facts.
It's just housing your show.
Yeah, you work for Power, Breakfast, whatever.
Exactly.
Power.
At the end of the day, they can cut any you guys off any day they wanted to. He's like, you're not able to. When you die, you can't give this show to your son. If you wanted your son to get hired here, or if your son wanted a job on the radio show, you wouldn't be able to hire your son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, that's real shit. And people don't understand that. People don't understand that they don't actually have the control that they think they have. You're working under a company. You signed a contract that wasn't made by you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's not, if it's not from you, it's not for you.
I mean, an example is if there was some big scandal regarding him, he could get cut real quick.
Yeah.
Off that show.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But if he owned it, it'd be different,
Exactly.
right? He wouldn't cut
And he
himself.
would stop making money
Yeah.
from
Exactly.
that show, but they would still be collecting.
But they would still be
They'd
collecting
still be
funds.
collecting it because they'd either
Yeah.
find a new host, which would be
Yeah.
really weird, but I guess they would
Exactly.
have to. And the show would move on without him, for example. So,
Yeah,
no, you're
man,
right. You're
and
right.
yeah, people don't take that in, and that's one thing that I again is very strong to me. I want to be able to, whenever I do pass, be able to give something to my kids, my family, and leave my legacy, so that my legacy can be fruitful for however many years, hopefully a lifetime. You know what I mean? A million lifetimes.
True.
But yeah, people don't see it that way. But that's why I shout. That's why I fuck with people that do a lot of shit. You know what I mean? That are doing what we're doing. They're having the podcast. They're having this. They have that. They got that. They do this. Just because I feel like those people kind of understand, even though they may still be trying to figure it out. Okay, which one's gonna pop off? You know, they have their hands in different things and they're learning and they're trying to figure it out. And I appreciate that. So, anybody that's really grinding out there, yo, shouts out you, yo, shouts out. Shouts out Justin, yo.
Yeah. Shout out Justin.
I always shout out Gothro, but he's
our number one listener.
Yeah, he's the main dude listening, but he's also another example, one of those people, you know what I mean? He has his soccer stuff going on, so he shoots the videos, he has his studio stuff going on, but he also makes the music, you know what I mean? So it's just like, that's the stuff I'm talking about, like somebody that's actually putting in work and trying to do something creative with their life because they kind of know that all they want to do is make shit.
And like finding it for themselves,
Exactly.
you know? Like I feel like too many people are like, all right, I'm going to do this up until the point where I can get a bunch of people to tell me like how I should do it, you know? Like I'm going to be an artist or like figure out my artistry up to the point where somebody can start paying me to be like, all right, this is what you should do. This is how you should dress.
Exactly.
This is the type. Here are the producers we're going to bring in for you to, you know, and then they just never grow. Like it was just a simple thing the other day I was thinking about. It's like how many artists like just get better after they get rich, you know?
Exactly.
Where when I was thinking like, yo, if we ever made a bag like 5-10 years ago, like would we have gotten better as artists? There's no incentive to once they get a bag,
Exactly,
right?
because you think you're done. Like you think you've done what you needed to do.
Yeah.
You're getting exclusive beats and shit now. You're getting exclusive hookups.
And the amount of people that we've seen where it's like, this is what you're doing when you get a Murder Beats for the first time, or when you get an 808 for the first time. Like you got in the studio with these guys with Metro, and this is what you came up with. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but it's because they didn't progress after that point wherever they got signed. You know?
Exactly. But yeah, people, just think about your ownership. Think about the stuff that you actually own. Think about what you want to do. Think about the long term,
what it means for your career,
of your brand, of your company, of anything that you're doing, anything that you're working on right now. Just think about the long term, because you know, a couple mil looks blessed right now, but I'd prefer a couple $100,000 over a certain amount of years for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what
here's
I mean?
a good example. When you know those scratch tickets or whatever, where you can, or the lottery, where they give you the option to usually take all the money at once or take like decent size installments weekly or monthly. I always say take the monthly installments because you know what I mean? You're going to be able to then take that money, reinvest. You're going to grow into that money, and you're not going to spend it all at once or go crazy because you got a ton of money really quick. So I think that's a kind of a nice little example. Like,
for sure.
Definitely go for the more steady, long game for making money if that's your goal, or for building your brand rather than the quick like big bag.
Yeah.
That you end up, you know.
I remember there's that other
over.
example. Would you rather? What is it like? Would you rather like have $1 million right now?
Yeah.
Or you get
like 5,000 monthly.
5,000 monthly for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm taking that 5,000 monthly for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like, what are
That's
you talking
technically, if you do the math, it will be more than $1 million in your life.
Exactly.
So,
and it's way more money, but people don't see that. People see, oh, this is $1 million now. You know?
Yeah.
And that's the difference, man.
Lost and Talks podcast. Any last words? We're about to wrap it here.
I just want to see how solid it would be.
You're funny.
Nah, people, just keep doing your thing. It's a good pod today. Much needed pod. I feel like, we've been chilling the last couple pods. So, and since we had guests, we were like, fuck it. Like, let's just do our pods. So.
Let's just do it the way we've been doing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a year next week.
Yep.
So episode 52. That's 52 weeks.
Yeah, man.
So I think is that our 1 year anniversary, or is it like the next one after that? Because we did skip one because we skipped one.
But yeah,
technically.
Yeah, whatever. We just check the date.
We'll just check the date.
Let me check right now.
I'm pretty sure
we live in 2020.
Yeah. Sometimes I forget. I can just check.
Let me see.
But I'm pretty sure it might even be this week. We might have fucked up.
Yeah, because we might have missed a week, so it could be this week. But
September 4th.
Okay, so
we
missed.
definitely missed a
So we
week.
missed it, yeah, definitely.
So we're
What a
gonna
year,
have
yeah.
our 1 year anniversary next week.
Strippers,
I
bottle
don't know
service.
what we're gonna do. but
We're doing the reaction. We're gonna not a reaction.
We're gonna do yes.
But we're gonna listen to the last pod, and we're gonna not the last pod, the first pod we ever did, and kind of just go over how that was.
We're gonna do a react. Yeah, we're gonna do a reaction to the first episode
It's gonna be fun. I
in
don't
some
remember what
way.
the
We'll
fuck
put
we
it up
talked
on the
about.
big screen there, and
Yeah,
yeah, we'll
and
talk some shit.
we'll basically talk shit about ourselves.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
should be fun.
Okay. Any last words? Like I said before.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, own your shit. Keep building, yo. I know it's hard, but keep going. Make sure you guys check out those chicken sandwiches. Let us know if you want to see the chicken sandwich tour. I'm dead serious.
Chicken sandwich tour. I might line up the chicken sandwiches next week. Try them.
We're gonna figure something out, but you guys let us know what you think about the chicken sandwiches. Drop your top 5s down below in the YouTube comment section, or again hit us up on social media. Check out Kevin's music. Check out Ian's photos.
Toronto Uprising.
Hit me up. Just hit me up about shit. If you want to talk, let's talk.
750.
750.
Any other plugs? Lost and
Fucking
talks.
Check out that Gothro.
Oh,
check out that- check out
check
that
out that
Gothro.
Gothro project.
You know.
Golden Hour. RIP Kobe. RIP Juice World. RIP X. RIP Gianna. RIP Breonna Taylor. George Floyd. Everybody involved in all that craziness. Anybody that's been died because of police brutality. And anybody that has passed due to COVID. RIP all you. Thank you, frontline workers. Still.
Thank you.
And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next pod. Yo, deuces.